as well compared to having us right there in front of them.
I kind of like the idea of not being in front of a computer 8 hours a day because I can't do that. So I kind of like the idea of doing it in the morning and then going to do all the other stuff I need to do.
Everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner. Yeah. It's like, it's not worth it.
When I spoke to Fausto on the phone and he interviewed me, the thing he said the hardest thing for me to do would be to unlearn the things that I previously learned. And it turns out that's 100% true. And the stuff that I'm learning from him and from Josh and everybody has really made all the difference in the world in understanding what a day trader is and how it actually works.
Fausto and the staff at CTU University, they're really on top of everything. They give you good trade choices, and they keep you alert onto whatever's happening in the market at the time for the day.
Right. So we made a profit. What did I just say earlier? Just take the money and run, because guess what? If you didn't take it, how would you be doing right now? Now you're losing money. You're just trying to make that day's pay. That's all you're looking to do. You got it. You made it. Listen, for every stock, if that kept on going, for everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner.
I don't think you're going to find a better support team in a stock trading business anywhere. That's why I'm here at the platinum level.
You know, a lot of people want to go out there and trade and don't know if it's for them or not. And guess what? That's okay, because it's not. And the thing you have to look at is you have to find a mentor, you have to find a school, you have to sample a couple of things with a couple of schools out there, do a couple of classes, and you make the choice. But don't make the biggest mistake that people make. Go out there and be part of 90%, maybe even higher, of the failure rate in today's industry, because people want to try it before they learn. I mean, would you ever want someone to work on your loved ones that never went to med school? Or how about just giving your finance money to some financial planner that never learned finance? We are no different, but you are on the right path. The right path is you should be doing it on your own. And by doing it on your own, you need a mentor to show you how to do it. And that's what you're going to get here at Cyber Trading University.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Fausto from Cyber Trading University. Can I just get a chat back if you could hear me loud and clear? Just give me a little chat in the chat room. All right, good to see you. Good to see you, George. Good to see you, Bonnie, Alex, everyone. And can everyone see my PowerPoint okay? Everybody see the PowerPoint that says the art of cutting your losses. All right. Perfect. Well, welcome, everyone. My name is Fausto, and today we're going to be talking about the art of cutting losses. Hopefully, everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day here in New York. Looking forward to the 4th of July weekend. I'd like to welcome everyone, and hopefully, again, everyone's getting excited for the weekend. But with enjoying what we work so hard for, you have to also appreciate that we are actually going out there and need to make money to pay for what we're going to be doing this weekend. So we need to know how to get in and out of positions. So let me just do quick little updates here. Give me a second here. And just want to be able to share a couple of things with you. All right. There we go. You should be able to see the webcam. There you go. Everybody see me okay now? Hope everybody can see okay. Good. All right. So basically what we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be learning today is I'm going to talk about how to control the risk of the today's volatile markets, how to follow and compete with the smartest money on Wall Street, developing a consistent trading plan, and how to actually tape read in today's markets. Now, with that said, everybody wants to learn how to trade. Everyone's seeing how great the market, how volatile it is. You just watched a quick little testimonial, a couple of students of ours, how they've been actually going out there and got involved in the industry. And if you looked at those people, they're no different than you, okay? And what they're looking to do is exactly what everyone else is trying to do. well, we don't want to give it to someone else do it for us. We could do a lot of it ourselves. And not only that, but you see how volatile the market's been, and with the whole coronavirus and everything, we need to know how to adapt to it. And there are things that you probably thought that were good blue chip companies, and there are companies that you thought were very speculative, and they're doing, and you got to know how to be very diversified, and most importantly, how to find them. But the problem that I find is that everyone goes out there in trades and doesn't know how to take losses, how to get out of a position, how to run with the winners. And, because nobody likes to talk about the losers. Everybody wants to talk about the winners. So just to kind of let you know that I have two families. And, the family on the left, obviously, is it's my wife, Debbie, my three sons, Alex, Max, and Lucas. And then you have my second family that I trade with every day. Now, we are more of a family-oriented type of trading. We're all looking out for each other. We're all out there trying to make money together. I want you to understand that when we trade, we are like the ants on the floor. We're just trying to make a day's pay. But you know what? The great thing about having a family is that, it kind of keeps you bonded, keeps you kind of like knowing who you are, how to work together and succeed together. No one wants to be part of a failing family. We see that happens just in life. We see that happens in a business, having the wrong employees, how one person can be cancer. So what I'm looking for today is I'm here to teach you guys a little bit about CyberTrade University, what we do, how to trade, but I'm also looking for people that I could trade with. So I'm looking to train people that I could trade with. How do I know this? How it was all built? Well, listen, I'm not here saying I invented the wheel. I live here in New York. I was trained by the best traders in the world. And how I got started is I was a big failure. I lost a lot of money in the market. Why? Because I'm like 99% of the people in this industry. We're ignorant. They're like, what? First of all, I was 22 years old. And secondly, why do I have to learn from somebody? Why can't I just go do it on my own? How about I try it? And if I like it, then I'll go out there and learn from it. Well, that was a very, very big, dumb mistake. Okay. You don't want to do that. If anyone has a chance to read my book, I'm also the author of How to Beat Market Makers in Their Own Game. Great little book for a beginner to kind of understand how to get in. It's not an advanced book. It's a beginner book. But I talk about how day trading works and everything. And in that book, I kind of explain a little bit more in detail. I'm not here to bore you. I want to get right into it. But, on the education part of it, but I just want you to understand, only reason why I succeeded because I had a sister that was making more money than me. That really comes down to it. She went out there, she got a job, she was smarter than me. I was the ignorant man, thought like, let me try to do it myself. And let me tell you, when I finally gave in, I went to go see what the hell's going on there. I'm telling you right now, what you're about to learn today is the same exact thing that I learned when I first walked in that trading room. I should have never made my first trade. I didn't know who the buyers, who the sellers are, where the market makers were getting in and out of stocks. I'm going to show you, let me just bring this up really quick. There's a lot of stocks that are moving. And hold on one second. I just want to bring something up here. Let me stop sharing this really quick with you. And let me bring up another screen. Screen 2. There we go. And I want to show you some stocks that we traded, stocks that we found, why they're moving, all that good stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit about those. And let me just bring up my screen right here. There we go. Just give me a second here. Just want to bring something up really quick for you guys to see. I had to X out of everything really quick. All right. Okay, here we go. So we're going to look at, I just want to look at a stock. I want to show you something we're going to learn today. GNUS. Okay. So did anybody hear about the stock GNUS? I don't know if you guys saw this really quick, but what you're about to learn is this. GNUS, the stock started this morning, went from 230. Right now it's hovering right around this $2.95, $3. Now, Why is it having a tough time breaking that $3 resistance? What's going on right there? Is it this? Is it a moving average? Is it an RSI? Is it a Bollinger Band? Is it a Schenken? I don't know, whatever you want to call these things. Is it all this stuff right here? No. You know what it is? It's this. There is a 300,000 share seller that's been sitting out there all day. You could see that little red line. You see that right there? 300,000. What you're about to learn, fellow traders, is that the way things go up and go down is buyers and sellers. That's really what it comes down to it. You have to learn how to follow the money. Now, does anybody here, just really quick, I'm sitting here talking and want to just make sure everybody's on the same page. Does anybody here know how to follow the money? Anybody here know how to monitor traders and the buyers and sellers? Anybody here do that now? Well, Bonnie, obviously we got students here saying you trained me how to do it. That's great. Anyone? Guys, there's over 100 people in here. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Guys, don't be scared. I want you to tell me what you think. Yes, no, a little bit. Okay, finally we're getting a lot of no's. All right. So let me ask you something. How much smarter and better decisions if you knew where the institutions are, the brokerage firms, the market makers, the algorithms, the dark pools, everything? Well, that's what we're going to basically cover. So let's get started. Did anybody see this stock WKHS? The last couple of days has done phenomenal. Anybody here saw this one right here? All right, if you're a student, please don't answer this question. I know we have a lot of students here. Anybody else that's not a CyberTrading University student? No? Okay, finally we get a bunch of no's. Someone's like, wow, where'd you find that stock? We're going to talk about that. We're going to cover it, okay? First of all, what does the company do? Listen, I don't know what this company does. I don't care what it does. I don't want to know what it does. But you know what I want to know? I want to make money. When was the last time you saw a stock go from $2 to 20? Okay, that's what it's all about. So this is a stock that we traded. By the way, if you don't believe me, you can look at our YouTube channel, our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, the stock we've been trading. But look at this stock right here. Not only has it been a very good swing trade, it's been a good day trade. If you want to be a good swing trade, you got to know how to day trade. Look at the stock. It went from $16 up to all the way to $21. All right. And you could see it. Stock hits resistance, backs off, hits resistance, backs off, does some shakes. How many times have you bought a stock and you bought it, you got out, they shook you out, you got in, shook you out, whatever? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. How do we find these stocks? Why they're going up, who's running them up, and where we should get in and where we get out. You see, the biggest thing about trading is you got to know how to have a game plan. And you got to know what side you're on. And that is what I find that I've learned why people lose money in trading. Okay. And every trade begins with an entry, every single one of them. And you could see right here how the stock went up, flat line went up, and flat line. By the way, look at my little pointer right here so you guys can follow along. There you go. See my little dot right here? There we go. Okay. So the big thing is this. Is the stock going up or down? What is the strongest price levels? What is your risk? You see, you have to learn how not only to find the stocks, but is the trend going to continue? Who's pushing it up? Did it max out? Just like I showed you right here, okay, on level 4. The stock is still having a major problem getting through this 300,000 share seller, okay? And you know what? This stock is not going any higher until that guy gets, number one, gets executed, or he backs out and gets out of the way. You got to have a game plan. So let's follow the smart money, everybody. Don't follow the average Joe. So if only it was that easy, right? Well, guess what? It actually is. People make trading more complicated than what it is. And then you always have to ask yourself, who really trained you? That's really what it comes down to it. So listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a quick poll question. And my poll question is this. Now, do you have level 3? Now, what we're looking at right here is we're looking at Nasdaq total view. So can everybody just fill out this questionnaire, this little poll, and see how you guys answer it? Don't be shy, everybody. Nobody's going to get upset with you. By the way, CyberTrading University, one of the instructors here is actually posting some links if you want to follow us on Instagram. Mainly follow our YouTube channel. We're on live every morning on YouTube. All right, so let's end the poll. Let me share share it. So obviously, we got about over 50% of you say no, 20% you're not sure. I'll take that as a no. So you're talking over 70% of you. And you know what? That's okay. And I could envision that 30% of you are probably students. Have any of you guys ever heard of Nasdaq Total View? Ever heard of it? Nasdaq Total View. No one here has used the Nasdaq platform. Okay, so anyway, at the end of today's presentation, we're going to play a video of me on Nasdaq. I was actually one of the developers that helped getting this platform up to speed when it used to be called Island. So basically, this is Nasdaq software. When you do a trade, when you buy something, when you sell something, it goes on the exchange, the market exchange. So right now, what you're looking at is that the true orders out there. This is the true hardcore data that you've been looking for. Once again, this is not a Fausto indicator. This is not a, a special platform, everything. This is actually how we trade on the floor. Okay. How traders trade. We look and we follow the money. When you place an order, it goes out on here. So now let me explain to you a little quickly what it is and what we're looking at. And then we're going to go to the platform and we're going to actually apply it to the market. So here's your orders, your buy orders, and here's your sell orders. Okay. You got buys on the left, sells on the right. You want to buy a stock, you be on the left. You want to sell stock, you're on the right. Does that confuse anybody? Anybody have an issue with that? Okay. Be shocked how many people don't know that. All right. Bid are buyers, ask is sellers. So what we're looking for when we look at Nasdaq, we look at Total View, we're looking for, big block orders. Orders like this guy right here for 86,000 shares. Okay. Guys like, not really that many shares, but we're looking for big orders at certain price range, just like I showed you here. Big order of 300,000. Now the stock is down to 298. If you didn't know he was out there, guess what? That winner now would have become a loser. And he's still out there trying to sell it. So how do we use this and apply this to today's markets? Okay. So is this the same as TradeStation? Yes, David. And actually, it's something called, I don't know if you ever used, we actually showcase that in our trading room. And you're going to see that at the end of this presentation, because every one of you are going to be invited to come. It's called the Matrix. Do you have the Matrix set up, David? Okay. Yes. Good. Okay. So what's nice about the Matrix is you can basically aggregate more ECNs out there. Okay. Now here we have, but right now I'm not here to kind of listen. I'm not here a brokerage firm. I'm not here to sell brokerage services. I don't work for these brokerage companies. I don't want to work for them. Okay. I'm looking to train you guys so I can work with you. All right. So don't worry about brokerage accounts, this and that. Please don't get confused. But I'm specifically showcasing NASDAQs because they're the ones are the most popular one out there. Okay. Now you notice how Twitter went from like 31.20 and it dropped all the way down here to 30.65. Does everybody see that? Why did it stop at 30.65? Why did it stop at 30.65? Can anybody answer that to me? Why did it stop at 30.65? And then once it hit that price, it went right back up to 31. Why would it stop there? There's always a reason. Okay, Janice is right. Anyone else? Is Janice the only one that knows how to answer this question? Or am I the only one talking to myself? I'm going to ask everybody a very simple, dumb question. If you cannot answer this question, I hate to be very rude, but you shouldn't be trading. Okay? And this is the question I have to ask everybody. How do stocks go up and down in the market? It's 2 words. How do stocks go up and down in the market? You could just give me an abbreviation of it. Yes, it's buyers or sellers, or you could write supply and demand. Can everybody just write that in there just to make sure that people are listening along? Because remember, I'm not here for my health. I'm here to train people I can make money with. If you can't talk, I'm telling you right now, you're wasting your time being in here. There's a lot of other schools out there that'd be happy just to charge you and sell you 800 hours of videos and charge you $1,000 and tell you go figure it on your own. I'm looking for people that really could add content. Supply and demand, okay? Okay, good. Thank God. I thought now if I could see people here. All right. Listen, like I said, I would like to be on vacation myself because after this, I'm going to enjoy my weekend. All right. But when it comes Monday morning, I got to be out there and I got to be trading with my traders. Supply and demand, okay? Do you see buyers and sellers on a chart? Yes or no? Do you see buyers and sellers on a chart? James says no. Mike says no. Janice says no. William says no. Phil says no. A. Chang, I don't know who you are, but you said yes. I don't know where you saw it from because the chart is what happened in the past. It's not indicative of the future, okay? So how do you see buyers out there, right? What you need to see is you need to look at the data. Now, when you look over here on Twitter, the only reason why this stock went from 30.65 up to 31 is because out of obviously when the stock goes down, you're looking for buyers, right? The only reason why it went up is because there was a 95,000 share buyer and there were 36 orders around the entire world trading on the Nasdaq to buy it. That makes up that 95,000 at $30.63. You ask yourself a dumb question. How many of you here are looking for those 36 orders out there that someone's actually makes up probably about 20 times more volume than any other price? How many of you actually seeing that? Not that many. Oh, because you're one of my students. Okay. All right. Think about it. How much smarter and better decisions would you know where to get in and where to get out? All right. It applies also on the sell side. Remember, what is everybody's problem why do people lose money? They just don't know where to take a profit. They're like, I bought it. It's going up. Do I sell it now? You got to have a game plan. Look at American Airlines. Right out of the gate, it went from $9.50 all the way up to $10. That's a pretty substantial winner in about an hour. 1,000 shares, $500, $100,000 salary. Don't tell me you don't want that job. Okay. From 10:30, actually 10:45, up until 11, it never wanted to get past $10. There's only one explanation why. It must be a resistance. What makes a resistance? Seller. And when you look right here, you look at Nasdaq total view, big seller right there at $10 for 43,000 shares. No wonder why the stock didn't want to go higher and it came back down. There was a big seller out there. It's almost like common sense. Listen, when I first walked into a trading room and my mentor said, Fausto, are you using this software? Are you looking at where the orders are? I'm like, honestly, I didn't even think I was even available for me. But you know what? It is. Do you know what the difference between 1995 when I started and then 2020? This used to cost me $1,000 a month. Now it only costs $15 a month. So back then, do you know what $1,000 was for a 22-year-old to come up with? I mean, how many of you guys right now would be jumping ahead, and we're in 2020, want to spend $1,000 on this data? You know, Believe me, and I don't make any money off it. A lot of people are like, well, you know, it's nice, it works, this and that. But $1,000 is a lot. You know what? Anybody owns a business here? Who owns a business or works for a business? Anybody here own a business, runs a business? Is it a lot of you do? Good. You own one, James? Janice, you own? Okay. Is there such thing of free rent? Is there such thing of free employees? Okay. Is there such thing of free merchandise? I haven't checked. I mean, unless you want to be one of the looters. Okay. But you want to run Jen says, I wish. Okay. No, you don't want to wish, because if you got it for free, that's all it's worth. Okay. Nothing is for free. Exactly. So anyway, my mentors taught me, he says, Fausto, if you want to do this, it's going to cost you, you know, listen, you want a $250,000 job? It costs you $1,000 a month. I don't know, $12,000 a year, $250,000 is something. And are you not getting it? Okay. I'm like, well, is there a guaranteed? I'm like, listen, you want a guarantee? Go find another job. Okay. Is there a guarantee that you're going to make money, open up a business? You business owners here know that. Okay. There's no guarantee in anything, but at least you have a very good fighting chance. And not having this data, you're basically trading blind. You really are. You're honestly trading blind. And the big difference is now, at the end of this presentation, guess what? It's not going to cost you $15. It's going to cost you $9. $9 lousy stinking dollars. By the way, is it worth $9 to get this data? Would you pay $9 to know where 90% of where the buyers are and sellers? Chris says yes. Reg says yes. Listen, because I'm telling you right now, if you're looking for free stuff, you're in the wrong trading, but you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong business. But let me do a little bit more. Let me do a little bit more convincing. Okay. Because the reason why I'm here spending so much time talking about this, I want you to understand that to be a successful trader, you have to surround yourself with successful traders, right? So you and surround yourself with successful traders, you got to see what kind of tools they use. So the only tool that I more or less have in my toolbox is trading off the exchange's platform. That's all it is. Let's look at this stock. What direction is Macy's going? Can everyone answer this? Actually, you know what? Let me do a poll. All right. I don't want to. Is this stock going up or down? Okay. I got the poll question that's coming up here. Let's do that. Oops, sorry. Let me launch it. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. What first thing comes to your mind? No thinking. No, oh, well, it's not enough data. I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense. Listen, first thing comes to your mind. And by the way, it should be at 100%. But that never happens. Let's see what you guys answer. All right. So I'm going to end the poll. And this actually shocks me. There are 3 people. We have a 94% rate. People said it's going down. 3% is going, 6% is going up. Could you guys just tell me what makes you think this stock is going up? For the ones that said it was going up, could you explain that to me? It's amazing. I see this all the time. You always get somebody, is coming up with something else. Could someone, I just want to know how you guys figure that out. Or you're just taking a lucky guess? Because if you're taking a lucky guess, you better quit trading. All right. Looks like some of the people you took a guess. Okay. All right. Listen, you can't guess when it comes to trading. This is not, I know you might think it's a trick question, but it wasn't. This is a reality question. Now, let's go to the next question. Is this stock going to zero? Yes or no? Is this going to zero? It could happen, right? It could happen, but chances are it's going to stop somewhere, right? It's going to stop somewhere. So what do we need for us to tell us when is it going to stop? When will this stock start going up? What do we need? Buyers, right? We just need buyers. That's all, buyers. Okay. So do you see buyers on a chart? No, I don't see anybody. So let's go out there and let's go look over here and check out NASDAQ, NASDAQ book viewer. All right, so we need buyers. So we got to look at the left-hand side. Here's the buyer's location, right? Here's all the buyers, okay? So right here, when you work your way down, you could see right around 7,701, right there, you got 10 orders at 11,000 shares, and you got 69 orders that make up 24,000 shares at $7. So without even thinking of, you know, anything other than that is where the significant buyers are. In theory, I would say that is support levels. Without saying, there's nothing more that's going to explain that to me. So guess what? Stock went out there, hit the support levels, went from $7 up to $7.50. Why did it bounce at 7? For only one simple reason. That's where the main buyers are. That's where the most orders were. So how many times have you bought a stock, right? Soon as you buy it, the thing goes down. How many times did you sell a stock? And as soon as you sell it, it goes up. Has that ever happened to anybody? Most of the time it happens to you, Brian. Janice, it happens to you. Bonnie says too often. Zara says all the time. Capel says all the time. Okay, so listen. It's not that they're watching you. You know what the problem is? You are not watching them. That is your problem. Okay? You're looking at something else, but you're not looking at the reality of something else. So that's basically what the issue is right there. You're making that mistake. You're not watching those orders. And you know what? That's okay. Because from today on moving forward, we're going to stop that. We're going to hopefully change you and convert you to now realize that, if you just surround yourself with a good mentor, good traders, and have the right tools, you can make this a successful career. So let's do a little, let's have a little test right here. Where is the resistance levels on SREN, which I have no idea what it is, but it was a fun stock. We traded it, did pretty well. Could anybody tell me, where is the resistance? Everyone pick a number. What do you guys think resistance is? I mean, I can't spell it out even more than this, okay? So is it $6.98? Is it $7 or $7.02? First of all, I don't know. Where are you guys getting $6.95 from? That's on the left-hand side. Those are the three numbers. $6.98, 7, or $7.05. Where is the resistance? Now, what makes resistance? Sellers. Where out of those three numbers you have? Well, I might have to draw this out for some of you because some of you are getting this wrong. So this is this guy. This is this guy. And this is this guy. Okay. Where do you think the next resistance level is? If you said 7, congratulations. I do not want to go up against a 441,000 share seller making up 284 different orders out there. Would you? Would you? Right? I mean, that is a substantial seller. And there's a lot of orders out there. It's not like we're not talking about, a couple of hundred. We're talking hundreds of thousands. So in theory, without looking at anything else, I could honestly say that resistance levels are right here. So let me get back to my clear all animations. Now let's look at the chart. So the stock at 12 o'clock goes from 6:30 all the way up to right around 7. Comes back down to 680, hits 7. I mean, what a coincidence, right? What a complete coincidence. Stocks hit $7. And you know what? If you didn't know where to get out, you probably would get crushed. And you had so much time to figure it out. All the way up from 12:30 up to almost 1 o'clock. You had 30 minutes to kind of figure this one out. All you have to do is follow the money. Because guess what? If you didn't sell it, all the way up to about 1:30, it went right back down to 670. I mean, do you need anything else more to tell you that? Here, let me go back to this one. This is live. Stocks 11:30. It went from 264. It's still having a tough time getting past this 298,000 share seller, 85,000 share seller. And look, keeps going up, comes back down. Tests them again, comes back down to 820. Test them again at almost at $3. I'll zoom in here a little bit closer. Look at that. Came right back down to 288. You got to follow the money, guys. You got to follow the money. Listen, here at CyberTrading University, we call them iceberg orders. You have to find where these big iceberg orders are. Anybody know who that guy is? Anybody who this painter is? Mr. Ross. There you go. Mr. I love this guy. Very nice guy. Very, very happy, stuff like that. But the thing is this. Keep it simple. It's called the KISS method. Keep it super simple. All right. But now let's get that back down to what everybody says. Okay. Oh, I heard about these. These are fake orders. How do you know they're real? Blah, blah, blah. But listen, you think that's fake? Anybody have, let's see. Do you have, you got this order right here now. He just added to it to 322,000. Does anybody here have about $1 million? Why don't we go out there and try to execute that guy? And you tell me how fake he is. Got $1 million where we want to blow right now? We'll take the guy out. We'll go out there. Actually, I'll make a bet with anyone right now. Anyone got $1 million right now? Let's go out there and execute it. If you get executed, okay, if you get executed, I'll pay you $1,000. If you don't get executed and you get like, oh, that was a mistake, like I said, I'll pay you $1,000. If you get executed, you figure it out how to get out of it. I don't think anybody, every time I say it, nobody wants to take that bet. So anyway, how do we know if they're real or fake? Well, listen, does anyone here use time and sales? The time and sales one. Everybody use time and sales? A couple of you do. Okay. Rarely, Brian. All right. That's good. I like the honesty. I love the honesty. So anyway, time and sales is being controlled. Okay. The chart gets its data from time and sales. These are actual confirmations that when you do a trade, it's going to come up here in time and sales. So anyway, and by the way, when you come to my trading room, you'll see this live in the market, moving very, very live, very active. And I think a lot of people, reason why a lot of people don't use it is because they feel that it moves too fast. I think that's one of the biggest problems. It moves too fast, and the reason why they have the wrong defaults, or they're trading stock that's moving too fast. So anyway, you have them already segregated in two different colors. Green, it trades on the offer. Reds, it trades on the bid. So that's how you kind of separate, and you know where the direction is by color coordinating them. So anyway, let's go back to WKHS. Where is the resistance levels on WKHS? Can anybody tell me? Where's our resistance? Without looking at a chart or anything else. Well, a resistance would be on the sell side, right? The sellers are on the right. What you want to look for is a substantial seller. So you know what? Wow, you guys are learning pretty quickly. I haven't seen that one person made a mistake here. If you said 1850, congratulations, you're absolutely correct. So in theory, if I had a game plan, like the stock I was showing you, GNUS, with the resistance at 3, if I was in this WKHS, I would definitely be concerned, because I got 30 people out there that equal up 102,000 shares looking to sell at 1850. Well, unfortunately, that wasn't the case, because it went all the way to 21. Why? How's that possible? Very simple. If you look right here, from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, obviously people were buying it. How do we know we bought it? Look at the time in sales. 3,000, 5,200, 1,000, 4,000, 4,000, 3. Green. You know what? Somebody wanted to buy it. And it wasn't one person, could have been several people. And you know what? That stock went from $18.50 shot to $21. And if you knew that these orders were getting executed, guess what? That will change a total different perspective of now thinking it's a short, now it's a long. Just like this order right here we're looking at. Am I a buyer in this stock? You damn well I will be if somebody buys 347,000 shares. Because if that happens, I don't know where it's going to go. This stock can go, this stock right here, just to let you know. Let me just bring this up for you. This stock not too long ago went to 12. And I'm not here to tell you the story about it. It's a kid's show, a TV show, and a lot of people bought into it. But the thing is, I don't buy into that. Okay, because when that news came out, it went from $2 to 12, and people are crying like, "Oh my God, it's at $2!" Like, what do I do? It's all about following the money. That's all it comes down to. All right. So let me see what I got here. There we go. All right. So getting back to profits. By the way, am I losing anybody? Does everybody understand where we're at right now? Is everybody getting it? Anybody confused? Reg, you getting it? Not confused at all? You all okay? All good? All right, good. By the way, does that seem that hard to kind of figure out? Does everybody understand, like, here you are, we're talking about for what, 30 minutes, right? 30 lousy little stinking minutes. Look how much you just basically learned that you didn't have Nasdaq total view. You didn't know you shadow the market makers. You're now realizing it's all about orders. How many of you guys are really doing that today? And, from the look of it, not that many. And this is where it comes down to it. And this is why my mentor has always taught me. He always said to me, and this is how I basically preach what I was taught to the people I train. Who really trained you? Who really endorsed that person? I know some of you here took education before from somebody. I know we have people taking classes, but you have to ask yourself, where did that person really learn? Because it worked for him doesn't mean it works for you. Who do you want to learn from? The guys on the floor of the exchange, which is me, or somebody that's up in his basement, with his 6 monitors and his whatever, and figured it out. Like, oh, look at that. And you saw him on some YouTube commercial. Hey, you want to make money today? You want to make money today? Look at the guys driving his nice car and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, here at CyberTradingu University, nobody has an ego. We kick people out if you do. Nobody's a show off. The only time I want people to show off is show me that you paid your students, your kids' college tuition or your grandkids' tuition. I don't need to see your fancy cars. I don't need to see your fancy trips. I don't need to see any of that. You know what? What I do need to know is, did you make money with us? Let's trade together and go enjoy life. That's what it's all about. But you know what? Some people like the Wolf of Wall Street. That's not what we do here at CyberTradingu University. That's okay, but the thing is this. When I see people bragging that I made $5,000, $10,000, $300,000 last night, this is what kills me. For someone to make 300,000 or 10,000, you have to be willing to lose 10,000. So let me put you in this way. How many of you here can afford to lose $10,000 in 5 days? Because trust me, people lose money too. You don't just hit home runs. You got to lose. No chance. Not for me. Right, Bonnie? So where's the reality there? Some of you would just be happy to make, $500 a day, make 6-figure salary, right? Why not? 1,000 shares, 50 cents, $500. Well, what's wrong with that? You don't need to make a lot of money to be successful when it comes to trading. By the way, I might do a trade here. Just give me a second here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just X out of this. And that the GNUS is really, really testing this seller right here. He's really testing this seller. I might be buying it. If this guy gets done, I'm in it. I'm telling you right now. I'm watching him getting, you know, he's testing him, but he's backing off right now. Just letting you know, I'm keeping a very close eye on this. So don't mind, even much as I'm teaching you, I'm also trading. All right. So this is what I want to do. Who here wants to come and watch us trade live and see us practice what we preach? How many of you here want to see if this really does work in the real markets? Or better yet, how many of you here would like to see if other people make money doing it? Because it's not about me, okay? It's not about me. Hold on a second. I might be buying this thing. Oh, it just broke it. It just broke it. That seller got done. I just jumped into it. I just got the stock. All right. Damn, that's a big order. Okay. Watching this trade, see a stock go higher. Just, here we go. Let's have some fun watching it. I haven't done that in a long time, being in a live trade while I'm doing one of these free classes. Very hard to trade, do the same. But anyway, I want to invite all of you guys to come in and enjoy and watch what we do and see us trade today's markets, okay? Or starting next week. So this is what I want you to do. We got a live commentary. We do live trading. We talk, we trade, we do all this good stuff. I want to invite every one of you to come and see us how we trade pre-market, aftermarket, how we follow dominated market makers, all that good stuff, okay? So I want you to do a 1-week trial, and this is all I'm asking for is $9. That's it, $9. The reason why is because I want to, basically, I need to know if you're a real person or not. There's a free webinar, doesn't cost anything, but we need to know who you are and everything else. But we want, most importantly, we want to show you the professionalism. We want to show you, you know, our customer service, how we call you, how we walk you through things, everything. So if you got $9, you want to try for 1 week, you got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. $9, that's it. And as a bonus, if you register right now, I will personally give all of you a free coaching class. Okay? So think about it. Here you are talking not only for $9, but now you're going to get interviewed by me. Now, let me tell you what my invested interest is. I am here to look for people that I could train, I can make money with. It's more of like an employment opportunity for you. Okay? So I'm not here for the $9. Trust me, I lose money on that. Okay? I'm looking for somebody that is serious, that wants to know how to trade, and wants to be part of my team. We're always looking for new traders. You know, listen, CyberTrading University has been endorsed by more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. Okay? Thinkorswim, Tastyworks, Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, every single one of those people, we've been involved with them. Let me tell you, you want to learn from real traders? Here's your opportunity. All right. So anyone has any questions, by the way, before we wrap it up? Any questions? Well, listen, Chris, of course, it's very well worth it, because what do you have to lose? If you really want to know the real truth about day trading, and you really want to know how these stocks go up and go down, and you want to learn from a 12-time world champion, this is your chance. This is your chance right now to kind of get into it and learn more about it. All right. And 7 days. Listen, you could start today. You could start watching our videos, so it could give you a little heads up what to do, and then you can get actually in a live trading room. Remember, markets close tomorrow, so you'll get that extra day that you're going to miss for tomorrow. So I recommend that you start now, do your walkthroughs, talk to education advisor, book your appointments, and get in the trading room. And let me tell you something right now. I'm just warning you, everyone here now. A lot of you are going to really find out the truth about trading, and some of you are going to realize that trading is really not for you. And that's a good thing, because it only costs you $9, not $9,000 in losses. So go out there, try it out, see how it goes, and we'll go from there. All right, guys? Couple of shout outs really quick from some people that just registered. Just want to do a couple of shout outs here. Salal from Sugarland, Texas, just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Mike from Los Angeles got your registration. Lance from Chicago got your registration. Judith from Ontario, Canada got your registration. All right. Any other questions, guys, before we call it a day? Got about a couple of minutes before we go. Yes, Rudolph, you could start your start on Monday. But we really want you to watch the recordings of some of the lingos that we do. So when you get into the trading room, by the way, yes, this is all online. It's all live. So you know exactly the commentary, how we actually talking to the traders, all that good stuff. All right. Anything else? Somebody will be calling you. Yes, somebody will listen. It's very important, to understand that we take this very seriously. And when you trade, you got to know what you're getting yourself involved in. You really, really do. So when you get into the trading room, listen, I'm going to teach you how to read level 3, level 4, how to follow orders. You just saw that stock GNUS, how it broke out. Why did it break out? How did he break out? How we're going to end up doing with it. These are all the good things that are going to help you become a better trader. All right. But you got to know how to play the game. Where do I think GNUS is going to go in? There's only way to find out. Pay the $9 and you get in the trading room. Okay. All right, traders, listen. So I'm going to get back to my students. I'm going to get back into trading. I'm going to get ready and finish out the weekend. Markets close tomorrow. I'd like to thank all of you guys for being here. Thank you for registering. Like I said, if you really want to find out the truth about day trading, if you really want to find out the truth of how things actually work, even if you're a swing trader, we do a lot of swing trading also, and some options trading. Come in here and come check us out, and we'll show, and you'll know the real truth about it. And remember, if you find out it's not for you, that's not a bad thing. Okay, it's a lot cheaper at $9 than losing $9,000. All right. Can I get an undirected site where it goes to? Yeah, you can go right to ctu.co if you want. You could do that also. And by the way, also follow us if you're not convinced yet, and I get it, that's fine. We're live on YouTube Live every morning at 9 a.m. So register to our channel, like us on the bottom. And once again, like us on the bottom, and we'll be able to get us registered for the event. By the way, that GNUS is looking pretty good. Look at that. Stock's going higher. Making money. That's what it's all about. All right, guys. So you got the link right there. You got registered. Now, don't go anywhere because we're going to play a quick little video on me on Nasdaq talking about it. One of the very few educators that ever been on Nasdaq. I'm going to talk about Nasdaq Book Viewer. So if you want to know a little bit more about it, we got a live video that was broadcasted live on Nasdaq. So we're going to play that right now while you guys register. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing every single one of you in the cyber group room. Thanks, everyone. Good luck and have a safe weekend. And we'll see you in the trading room. Thanks, everyone.
Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Fausto Pugliese. He's the founder and president of Cybertrading University. We're going to take a look at how traders are using Total View. And Fausto, it could not be a better time to have you in with us at Marketplace because with everything going on, the volatility we've seen in the market since you were with us in the middle of February last time.
That was pretty crazy.
Traders are asking themselves, what's the bottom, what's the top? But as a day trader, you can kind of get an inside look when you're looking at a single stock.
Yeah, what it is, Jill, is that, thanks for having me again, and yes, when it comes to day trading, people realize that what happens over the course of the day, which trickles down to a swing trade and to a long-term investment. And my phone's been blowing up. People could ask me, Fausto, is this the bottom? Is this the bottom? Because we're looking at the market all day, and honestly, this is how you really know when it's the bottom. When you have the worst of the worst of the worst news and just constantly all negative stuff, and the market's not going any lower, that's when you know it's time to buy. So as you see, like, a lot of bad news keeps coming up, and then obviously saw what happened yesterday when they lowered the Fed rate by a half. It took for a big decline, and all of a sudden the market's up with about almost like 900 points so far. So and there's still a lot of bad news that's coming out with the coronavirus and everything else, but that's really when you know when you hit the bottom. So for some of the listeners out there that really missed the boat when the market had a big rally, you almost hit 30,000. You know, these are the opportunities. You know, honestly, it is like the same thing I saw back in 2008 when we had the financial crisis. So once you start seeing all the bad news, things start backing up, start going up.
All right, let's take a look at our example here today. We're going to look at ticker symbol MRNA, Nasdaq listed, of course. What are we looking at? Where's the levels that you're looking to sell?
Okay, so listen, what is mRNA? You know, I keep bringing up stocks, and people are like, what is this company do? It doesn't matter. We're just here to make money. The main goal about Total View is you have to understand how it works, how to know where the buyers and sellers are, about supply and demand. That's why it's such a great tool. So we're looking at a chart right here, and we're looking at the stock right here. And the first thing people notice is, like, the stock's going up beautifully. Nice. Look at the stock. Started this morning. It's at 25.80. It's at 28. Is it going higher? Now the goal is, why does the stock keep breaking out? It hits a resistance, it comes back down. It breaks the previous resistance, keeps going up. How do you know it's going to keep breaking higher highs? And what we're going to do this time is we're going to bring a video so you all could see exactly what it's like to see in the real market conditions.
All right, so let's move along to our next slide here. That's exactly what we're doing. Let's take a look at Total View. I'm going to let you take the reins. Tell us what's happening here.
Okay, so we got like a little minute video here. So we're looking at some real time. The key here is time and sales. These are the transactions that are taking place. We're looking at level 2. Level 2 is basically people get for free, but it doesn't give you the depth of data as Total View does. Now, the key here is that you don't see that many sellers out there. You're just seeing the best bid and best offer of that exchange. But you'll notice how the stock keeps going higher. What we need to focus on is where you see the big sellers, and you're looking for big orders. You got 51 different orders out there, right around 28. Things are going so quickly, I try to slow it down. So right around $28.50. So that is really your resistance level. So when you're looking at a stock going out, going higher, you're going to say, is the stock going to break out? So you see it's coming up to this guy right here really quickly. You see it's coming up. It's coming up to this person right here. So 70,000 shares, 5,000 shares. So it's going to come up to that seller. Now, the goal is this. Is that guy going to get executed? Remember, you have 100 share sellers, 300 shares, 1,000. But you have a big order out there. You want to see if that guy gets executed, and you want to see if that's how it breaks out. Remember, what makes support and resistance levels is buyers and sellers. So you got a seller out there. So we're coming up to that seller right here. Now, the goal is to look right here and see if that seller gets executed. And you see it's coming up to the seller, and boom, the guy gets taken out. It's actually executing it. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. See all those trades actions? Took the guy out. Now look how fast the stock goes up. From 250, we're at 260, 270, 280, boom, like that, as quickly as that. That's why it's so important to know where the orders are, know where the resistance, and see if the guy gets taken out. Now, when we get to the next slide, look at it. We're already at 2880.
Yep, and you can see these 35,000
Which
orders.
is, exactly. Now, this is the next order. Now, the next question is, here's the next biggest resistance. There's a 33,000 shares. There's 100 different orders out there. Now, then that's where the next resistance level is. So the goal is, you hit a resistance, where's the next resistance? The next resistance is the next biggest seller. So now we're coming up to him, and we're going to see what's going to happen when he gets to 29.
Yeah, it happens so fast.
Well, also, this is about a 5-minute video that I was able to capture when we traded this stock, and I kind of speeded it up over about a minute, so it doesn't move as quickly. Boom, we hit 29, the guy got taken out again, and look at the stock just took off again. And the thing I want to explain to you, Jill, is that, and your listeners have to understand, is that when you have a big seller out there and that guy gets taken out, that is a very big demand. Someone says, oh, wow, I'll take that 30,000 shares, and that's why you get the stock that really, really starts to take off. Now, the next thing is that you're going to get some resistance levels. It's going to start backing off. There's always profit taking going on, right?
Of course.
So when you have profit taking going on, you could see profit taking going on. But the question is it really a profit taking, or is it just people just, or is it really going to go lower? In this case, it's not. Seller got done. Remember, we just watched the stock go from 28 to 29. Now look at it. We're at 29.50 already. Stock just keeps going higher and higher because those sellers are getting executed. As those sellers get executed, that means there's a demand for it. When you see big block orders out there, it makes a bigger demand, and that makes it higher. Now, the next resistance level, obviously, is going to be where we have to focus on, where the next biggest orders are. So we got some, no, I think we freeze, right? We're done?
Nope,
Almost.
we have a little bit more to go here.
We slow down over here. Yep, we're done. So the next video we're going to show.
You can actually go to our slide here. So this is where you're looking at those levels.
Right. So we're looking at the seller. So we have a 67,000 share seller at 28. So now we have to look what we call iceberg orders.
What does that mean?
Okay. So it's a funny story. So I came up with this word about 20 years ago after watching the movie The Titanic. Okay. Actually, you ever watch that movie? Very sad movie. I definitely recommend it. So anyway, what happened to Titanic? It hit an iceberg. And the thing is, everybody was focused on the pretty of the ship and above the water. They didn't realize it's not what's above the water, it's at the bottom of the water. Icebergs are really big. So what happened, it crashed and it sunk. So what we're looking for is big iceberg orders, which we call, some people call them big block orders, but when you see a big order, it's called an iceberg order. So now we're looking at a 28.90, and we're looking for a resistance. Once again, stock's going higher. We need to focus on the next resistance level.
All right, and which is on the next chart here. If we take a look, yep.
So here's just a quick little screenshot. So as we're looking at it, you see, it's a lot easier when you're focusing on, when you're just looking at the level, the total view, and it's easy to point it out. Now, please keep in mind, your listeners have to understand, we're fast forwarding this pretty quickly to get to the point. It doesn't move this quickly. But I'm showing right here is just a quick screenshot. What we're focusing on is this big order right here for 73,000 shares, and there's 315 different orders out there making up that 73,000. Now, the thing I just want to point out is I just want to teach everyone a quick little lesson.
Yeah.
Don't ever sell anything at $30. Go out at $29.99. You just cut the line by.
So that's for anything that's at an even number.
Biggest trick I was taught by my mentors when I was younger. Listen, everybody's going to think 30. Everybody's going to think 20. Go out $21.99. You just cut the line by 73,000 shares. That's a very good.
It's like selling a house or buying a house. It's like those incremental psychological levels.
Well, if you remember, if you look at it, the stock has a penny intervals. And so that's a little tip. But the thing is, let's focus on what happens to the 30. No, just right off the bat, you know that's a major resistance levels, and that's what we have to focus on. For the stock to go any higher, it's got to get through that 73,000 share seller on total view.
All right, well, let's take a look at that next slide. See what happens next. Now we're going to get the other piece of the trade.
Okay, so here we're looking at the stock moving. Here's 29.45, 29.48, 62. 67. So the sellers are getting executed. You can see the transactions taking place, but we know that there's that guy sitting right here. And now his order's coming up. Look, he's starting making up the ranking. It's getting up to 30. It's getting close to him. So let's watch what happens. 74, 70. Look at the transactions taking place. It's trying to get there. And by the way, those orders, they're all real. People think like they're fake. Those are real orders. Can a guy cancel it? Of course they can cancel it. But that you have to take very seriously, and that's a real order out there. So now as we're looking at it, and as it's trading, it's trying to get there. Actually, it kind of almost tested it. You see that right there?
Yep.
See that candle right there? It's hit it, and now it's starting to back off a little. Now you're starting to see the red candlesticks. So now it means that the last sale is lower than the previous.
And this works for all kinds of stocks. ETFs, would it work for ETFs also?
ETFs, futures, options, it works the same way. Remember, it's the movement of the stock that makes all those other things. Yes,
right.
ETFs and everything else. You could look up any ETF, and it'll come up on total view. Look, now we're down to 29.
Yep.
So my point that I'm getting to is this. If you didn't have a game plan, Jill, and didn't know that seller was out there, and you try to
And actually, if we go to the next slide, this is exactly what you were talking about. There's your level right there.
If you didn't have a game plan and knew that seller was out there, and look at that candle, that stock literally moved. Look how fast it moved in that one bar chart. If you didn't have a game plan to get out there before that guy was out there, and if you didn't what we call shaving, if you didn't shave just before that 30 and cut that line, guess what? You would just look how much money you would have lost. That stock didn't even drop from 30. Look where it went to. 27.30. You would have got crushed on that trade. Because what happens, if that seller's out there and he's not getting executed, he really had to sell that order, Jill. How is he going to get out? He's got to sell to the buyers. If he hits the bid, he's running that stock down, not you and I. Remember, we're not trading 74,000. Someone else is, and it's not one person. we saw it. It was like there was several people out there doing it. And that's how you got to focus on using the total view when you trade in today's volatile markets.
All right. So cool to actually watch it happen in real time. Thanks so much for doing that for us, Fausto. And thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.